My name is Linda. I am married to a wonderful man named Brian. We lived in a small, beautiful house with a big garden. Our life was simple and quiet. I worked part-time at a local library, and Brian worked for a big company in the city. His job often required him to travel. Sometimes he would be gone for a few days, sometimes for a week. I missed him when he was away, but I trusted him completely. Why wouldn't I? He was the kindest man I knew. He always brought me a small gift when he came back from a trip. We talked about everything. I felt safe with him. I felt so loved. I thought we would grow old together in our beautiful house. I thought I knew everything about him. But I was wrong. I remember that night very clearly. It was a Friday. We were in bed. I was reading a book while Brian was already asleep, tired from a long day at work. I put my book down, turned off the light, and closed my eyes. Then his phone started ringing. It was strange. Why was it ringing so late? It was almost midnight. I thought maybe it was an emergency from his office. I didn't want to wake him up, he looked so tired. I picked up the phone and saw an unknown number. Should I answer? Maybe it was important. I pressed the green button. Hello, I said. There was no answer. Then a woman's voice. She sounded scared, like she had been crying. Brian, is that you, Brian? She asked. Her voice was shaking. My heart began to race. No, this is his wife, Linda, I said. He's sleeping. Is everything okay? There was a pause. His wife, she said, confused. Then her voice became serious again. Please, I need to talk to him. It's Davis, our son. He has a very high fever. He's not waking up. The doctor said we need to go to the hospital right now. Please wake him up. I froze. Our son, Davis? We didn't have a son. We didn't have any children. I thought I must have misheard her. This had to be a mistake. I think you have the wrong number, I said. No, she replied firmly. This is Brian's number. Is this not Brian Carter's phone? Yes, it is, I whispered, my hands shaking. Then please, she begged. I don't know who you are, but I need my husband. My son needs his father. Please let me talk to him. My husband. Her husband. Our son. The words repeated in my mind. They didn't make sense. I ended the call and looked at the man sleeping peacefully beside me. My husband Brian, yet suddenly he felt like a stranger. Who was this man? A man with a son? A man with another wife? Another life? I couldn't move. I just sat there, staring at him. My perfect life was a lie. Tears filled my eyes as I remembered all the times he traveled for work, the late-night calls he took in another room, the moments he looked worried. I had always thought it was about his job. I never imagined it was something else. I knew I couldn't sit there in silence. I needed to know the truth. Brian, I whispered. Wake up. He opened his eyes, looking sleepy. Linda, what's wrong? Is everything okay? Your phone rang, I said. I answered it. His expression changed. My phone? Who was it? Was it my boss? No, I said. It was a woman. She said your son is sick. Davis. She called you her husband. He went pale. His silence was the answer I feared. Who is Davis? Who is that woman? I demanded. Linda, it must be a mistake. A wrong number. You were probably half asleep. Don't lie to me, I snapped. She knew your name. She called you her husband. She said you have a son together. His eyes filled with guilt. He knew he couldn't hide anymore. Linda, he said quietly. I'm so sorry. I never wanted you to find out like this. Find out what? I asked, though deep down I already knew. It's true, he admitted. I have another family. Her name is Adeline. And Davis? Davis is my son. He's 5 years old. The world stopped. My heart shattered. For years, he had lived 2 lives. My husband had another wife and a child. How? I asked in disbelief. How could you do this to me? To her? It's complicated, he whispered. Complicated? You lied to me every single day for years. That's not complicated, Brian. That's evil. He explained how he had met Adeline before me, how she became pregnant, and how he had been too afraid to tell anyone. When he met me, he said, he truly fell in love and wanted to build a life with me. He claimed he thought he could protect me from the truth. Protect me? I said bitterly. You built our entire marriage on a lie. Was any of it real? Yes, he said desperately. Everything with you was real. I love you, Linda. I love you more than anything. Adeline was a mistake from long ago. You are my life. Your life? I laughed bitterly. Does she know about me? Does she think she's your only wife? No, he admitted. She doesn't know. She thinks my work keeps me traveling. He had lied to us both. 2 women who each thought they were his only love. I thought about Adeline, the woman who had called, terrified for her sick child. She believed she had a husband. She believed she had a family. You need to go, I said firmly. What? He asked, stunned. Your son is sick, Brian. He needs his father. Go to them. He begged me not to do this, to let him explain, to let him fix things. But there was nothing left to fix. It was broken. He was broken. Our marriage was broken. He finally left that night, apologizing over and over, his eyes full of tears. When the front door closed, the silence crushed me. I cried until I had no more tears left. The days that followed were a blur of pain and shock. Brian tried to contact me, sending messages saying he missed me, saying he wanted to leave Adeline and Davis for me, saying everything with me had been real. But how could I trust him anymore? How could I love a man who lied to everyone, even his own child? I made my choice. I told him never to come back. Then I blocked his number. The following weeks were hard. I was alone, heartbroken, and struggling financially. The house was in Brian's name, and he had paid most of the bills. I had to move into a small one-room apartment. I found a full-time job at a hospital, and slowly, painfully, I began to rebuild my life. Months later, I received divorce papers. Signing them was the final step. It was over. I was free. One afternoon, while walking home from work, I saw him across the street holding the hand of a small boy with blue eyes just like his father's. It was Davis. My heart froze. Brian looked older, tired, weighed down with guilt. Our eyes met. We stood in silence for a long moment. I gave him a sad smile, then turned and walked away. I didn't look back. It was over. And I was okay. The heartbreak hadn't destroyed me, it had changed me. It made me stronger. If you are going through a hard time, please know this, you are not alone. Even when your world feels broken, even when the pain feels endless, you are stronger than you think. Be kind to yourself. You can heal. You can rebuild. You can find happiness again. Thank you so much for watching. If my story touched you, or if you've ever gone through something similar, share your thoughts in the comments, I'd love to hear them. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that remind us of our strength, even in the darkest times. Because sometimes, the end of one story is really just the beginning of another.